Getting hate for having two dishwashers is kind of what gave me a place on TikTok a few years ago, but it was actually not my first video to rack up the views because people hated it. As a teenager, I shared a soup recipe I thought was really good, and because it had the ingredients of green pozole, I called it that. The only issue being I was deep in my OCD era of not touching raw chicken. It was really bad, so I used canned chicken. I know that's disgusting sounding. It actually was not bad, but anyways, I apologize nonetheless. And despite having like 2 followers at the time, hundreds of people had really strong feelings about it. I didn't really understand, but now that I'm able to touch raw chicken, I see the problem. But I'm also constantly confused as a food creator because although I have upgraded to rotisserie chicken this time in this particular soup, because why am I going to touch raw chicken if I don't have to? You know, there is a lot of times that I make food very heavily inspired by a culture that is definitely not mine, definitely not an idea I came up with, but there's a few things I do to make it to my taste. So it's really not quite right. Like I don't use jalapenos in my soup that I consider pozole because I will stop breathing. Okay. It's embarrassing. I can't do spice. Green chilies are as wild as it gets over here. Okay. I had my tonsils taken out and I'm wimpy. So do I just call it cilantro soup instead, or like pozole with a shortcut because I'm tired and I didn't feel like touching raw chicken tonight? A disgrace to pozole. Do I just not video it? I have no clue. I just know that had I not tried authentic pozole at my friend's house that they spent hours making, I never would have thought to make this soup that probably isn't pozole, but sure does seem to look a lot like it. And since the first bowl that I tried years ago was whenever I was a little kid and I was obsessed with cooking, but I wasn't really able to because I was a child, I tried every topping at the party to make my own little potion of concoction of flavor. So my bowl still looks like a soup dressed salad to this day, but my dad's does look just a touch more authentic, although I still don't know what to call the soup.